Hi, everybody. A question I get asked a lot, is Don, out of all the cruises, remember I've sailed now on over 180 cruises. My last one was 181, and the one in 2 weeks makes it 182. I'm fast approaching that 200 cruise mark, and I can't wait to get there. But a question I'm often asked, out of all those cruises, which one was my favorite? And believe it or not, I do have an answer. So I do have an answer for that, and it might surprise a lot of people because it's not necessarily the biggest ship in the world, or the most luxurious ship in the world, or the most amazing destination ever. And that's because, in all honesty, some of the most fun cruises I've ever been on, or my favorite experiences, are those that happen when something happens on the ship. Like I run into people and we become friends and we hang out and some new things happen. I meet some employees on the ship and they're wonderful to me, and we connect on the ship like cruise directors, and we become friends, like my friend Natalie, my friend Kevin, Olivia, Sophie. The list can go on and on and on. I run into so many people. I know Simeon, comedian, Royal Caribbean on Icon right now, Paul from Canada, comedian. I know a lot of people out there, and they make my cruise terrific. But I have kind of two cruises in my head. And one of them was the first one that I had taken my friend Alicia on her very first ever cruise, and it was a 3-day cruise, just to see if she would get seasick and if she would enjoy it, etc. And she was fine. So I was able to convince her to say, let's go on another cruise. And we decided to do 2 cruises. We did, I believe it was a 6-day on the Allure of the Seas and a 5-day the Celebrity Summit. And we took this cruise when the pandemic was still sort of there, and we had to wear masks around in certain areas. But I managed to show her one of the largest cruise ships in the world, and show her Mamma Mia, one of my favorite Broadway shows on the ship. And to watch her just like, oh my God, look at the size of this ship, and experience all the different things that an Oasis class ship has to offer. And we did that cruise first. And she's just like, oh my goodness, wow, look at this, this is amazing. And then after that, because we were now going on the Celebrity Summit, a much smaller cruise ship with far less to do on board, especially at that time when things were like cutting back because of the pandemic and social distancing and everything. Cruising hadn't come back fully yet. And so I looked at that and I went, well, you know what? Cruises are really cheap right now. So I booked us 2 suites on that ship. And the whole time I told her, this is a smaller ship. These are going to be smaller cabins because it's a smaller ship. We have no choice. This is just, and I kept saying that over and over and over again. And then when we got on board, we were walking down the hallway, and lo and behold, we came to the suite area. And she was kind of wondering why we're being escorted to our cabin. And I said, well, it's because of my status. It's because of my status with Celebrity. I'm ranked so high in their category, on their loyalty status and all that. And that's the only reason we're being escorted, etc. But okay, Alicia, how come every time we get in the hallway, We're always at the wrong end of the ship every time.
Like to get our steps in.
All right. Hopefully the cabin is at least the same size as the Allure.
I was happy with that.
Yeah.
I can fit in the shower. That's all.
I could barely fit in the shower, so there. I could fit. I couldn't lift my arms. Well, it's okay. Hi there. Yeah, these are the ones we always want to ring the doorbell and walk by.
Yeah.
But that's your room.
That's your room.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Don. Don.
Yeah, we might have different rooms than you're expecting.
Don.
6142 Mama Alicia.
Yes.
Welcome. This is your
I
key.
think I got her.
You sneak. You absolute sneak. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Bear with me. I'm a little shocked right now. He tricked me.
I didn't tell her
He
I got
said we were
sweets.
we just had a regular
Hi there.
A balcony, right?
Yeah.
That's what. So I've been tricked, and I'm very surprised.
So welcome to your
Okay.
welcome to your royal.
Oh, okay. I can't go in here.
Come on. You gotta go. Thanks.
Ridiculous.
This excuse us, we still in
Oh yeah, we're just gonna drop and
I'm
go.
still shocked. Hi.
Thanks
I'm
very
Alicia.
much. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name is Rogelio and I will be your butler.
Alrighty.
Okay.
We'll see
I
you a
will
little
explain some of the
later.
things to you later, okay?
Sure. Yeah.
Alright.
No rush.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So look around, huh? Look at this. Isn't this crazy? The complete and utter shock when she opened those doors to look at the cabin, which was huge, by the way, absolutely huge cabins. And so, yeah, and I got it at a song. And like it had a hot tub on the deck, huge decks. We ended up watching movies at night, sitting there. We enjoyed this cruise immensely. It was a much smaller cruise, intimate cruise. Still had a great food, and the experience of being in the suites, if only for 5 days, was still something that I was so happy I was able to show her that kind of cruise at a reduced price, etc. And while we were on there, she happened to mention that she was a fan of Captain Kate. And she had seen some videos of Captain Kate on there, and I said, well, Captain Kate is now doing the Celebrity Beyond now, and I said, well, let's go down to the Future Cruise department and see if there is any cruises that we might want to take next year. So we went down and we saw a 10-day Mediterranean cruise. And I said, hey, would you like to go on this one? She said, yeah, sure. So I said, well, this ship has solo balcony cabins. And because we were so far ahead at the time, remember the pandemic was there, not a lot of people booking. I said, so let's book 2 solo, cabins. Solo balcony cabins. They're very small. Basically, the bed's up against the window. Those kind of cabins. So I reserved those. And then the next year rolled around, and unbeknownst to her, I had changed our cabins from those 2 solo balcony cabins in the Mediterranean to 2 sky suites in the Mediterranean. Much, much larger, much more luxurious cabins. And she didn't know. Again, she was completely fooled by this. And again, what was fun is we had our good friend Monica happened to be going on that ship, and so she came over to our hotel in the morning, and we took the same driver. She shared our driver to get to the port. It's like an hour drive. And so when we got there, she was staying in a solo balcony cabin. And so I got her into the suite area, and again, telling them that it was because of my status and my class, where I'm at, that we were allowed to go into this area. And we were expedited to get our, boarding passes and everything. They did it all right there. And then they started escorting us in. And I said, well, let's bring Monica to her stateroom first. And so we escorted her, and we went to her cabin. They opened up her cabin, and that celebrity was great. They didn't let on at all. The butler didn't pretend that, oh, well, why am I going to a solo cabin and not the suite area, etc. And so we went in and we opened up the door, and Alicia walks in and she goes, "Oh, this is all right. You know, this is big enough for me. This is perfect. This will be great." Thinking this is our staterooms. And then of course we get escorted upstairs, and yeah, I had fooled her for a second time. And we were in 2 sky suites up there, much bigger, beautiful cabins, and we got to meet Captain Kate and had a really good time. And that was my last sailing with Alicia, because I knew she was expecting in the springtime, and she was getting married in the fall, and so I knew we'd be a few years before I could get her and her husband and that on a cruise with us again. So remember, Alicia and I have been long time friends. I know a lot of you thought we were a couple. We were never a couple. Just very good friends. She really looked after me a lot during my cancer treatments and things like that. She stayed with me during some of my roughest times. I mean, when I was bald and I was like in pain and I was going through some stuff, she was there. And so I wanted to make sure that she has, a memorable experience, and I will always try and do that whenever she would go anywhere, her and her husband, her family, anything. I will try and do my utmost to surprise them, because she was there for me in my past. And so, yeah, those are actually my favorite cruises. The 2 that I took with my friend Alicia, that I was able to surprise her. I was confident I could surprise her the first time, but when I surprised her the second time, it even shocked me. Fool me once, we had a good time. Fool me twice, we had an even better time.